In this video, I will demonstrate how to lock your edges together when double knitting flat. You can see I have the yellow on the front, the blue on the back, and any time in the middle of double knitting where you change color in the middle of a row, that will lock your layers together. But on the edges, you're always keeping this yellow on the front and blue on the back. You have to actually take an additional step to connect these layers. Now, some patterns will have you work until the last pair of stitches cross in here and then slip the last two. But you may have a project where you don't want the look of a slipped edge, or the pattern will have you work all the way to the end. So I'm going to show you what you do in that situation. It's actually a very simple step. You take the front strand underneath and behind the back strand to create a twist. That's all there is to it, except remembering to maintain that twist. So when you bring your yarns to the back to start working, make sure that you don't untwist them. Instead, keep that twist when you bring them to the back. So whether you're holding both in your right hand, or for stranding, maybe you tension one in each hand, just maintain that twist. I like to put one on each finger as a continental knitter. And so again, I'm maintaining that twist. Now you may have noticed some wonky stitches along the edges that I intentionally, painfully left here for you so that I could show you how I deal with them. It helps to look at the anatomy of the fabric that you have created. So for example, this blue stitch here, the last knit stitch that you just did, is going to go up and become the next row of stitches. So this stitch underneath here is not actually connected to this one, it's connected to the one below. So what I've got is a sort of large, small situation going on in this column of stitches. So if this stitch is large and this stitch is small, I want to bring some of this yarn into this stitch. Now I'll work one a little farther down so I'm away from the needle. So large, small. So if you'll look here at the side, you'll see that this strand of yarn comes down here behind this stitch, interlocks with the yellow, and then comes out here to become part of this stitch. So I want to take this yarn, this slack, and bring it into this stitch. And all I do is tuck under here, grab it with my thumb, and I pull down. So you can see that is shrinking that top stitch. And then I share this slack with the other half of this stitch. So now I have two stitches about the same size also as their neighbors. And then I would do the same thing farther down. I would take this one and pull, and up here. And so that smooths that out. Same thing with the yellow. Horribly ugly, but the beauty of knitting is it's so fixable. So again, this one is big, this is small. So the edge that's nearest, the strand, the leg of the stitch that's nearest the edge is the one that you will be pulling on. So we pull this one down, share. Sometimes also you'll notice the contrast color sort of poking through on a side. You might have a little blue bump that pops out here. This takes care of that also. So once you've evened up your tension, sometimes if you have those little blue bumps, just pull like this and it smooths it all out. You get a nice neat edge.